right, with that said, I'm going to introduce my next guest. And right now we want to talk about art and entrepreneurship. There's a summit coming up. And with me, I have DeCosta Kawira, who's the team lead coordinator, and Kevin Odor, who's the team leader of the Art and Entrepreneurship Summit. Karibuni sana to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you guys are with Fun Tide Events, which has organized an informative forum that will see artists learn cutting-edge digital solutions for music distribution, marketing, and global opportunities that can be tapped into to promote the art industry. So very interesting for those of you who are creatives out there and you've really struggled with this question of how do I get myself out there? How do I get my music out or my art out? This segment is absolutely for you. So, a lot of artists and creatives, like anybody else doing business or, you know, whatever employment they're doing, all of us want to be able to turn our art or our talent into income. And there's always this question, there's always a long debate about whether it's possible, how well is it possible. I guess at the very least we can acknowledge that there are some challenges. As with everything else in life, there are challenges as far as turning talent into income.
It's very true.
What would you say are the main challenges that artists are facing today?
I think one of the greatest challenges that artists are facing is like you're not meeting expectations, and we lack the knowledge. We don't know. Artists just know it's about going to the studio, recording your music, then getting out there. Like I'm a radio presenter. So someone runs and brings you the song and believes that when you play the song, it's it.
Yeah.
But I think there is more that comes into play.
Absolutely.
And you as also an artist, you will agree with me.
Yeah.
There are, apart from just the YouTube and the other stuff, there are other digital platforms that someone can always leverage on, and through that you can push out your music there.
Right.
Not to mention, but also marketing. I think I do tell artists that the marketing bit is a little bit underestimated. People do budget for the videos and they do budget for the audios, but that no one thinks about. I need to put a budget for marketing, and actually marketing is one of the things that really pushes things out, pushes your music out.
Right.
So Art and Entrepreneurship Summit is a drop zone for this. We want to bring this conversation. We want to bring these people who can tell the artist about what is available. And if you look at our approach, is not just looking at the country.
Right.
Our approach is, if you look at the summit, is part of a wider program, because art and entrepreneurship is a program, then summit is one of the activities that we do.
Right.
Yeah, so it is part of a wider program. From we are working with other stakeholders from Tanzania and Uganda, and we want to compare notes, share what is happening in Tanzania better than Kenya, what is happening in Uganda. We share data, so that from that we come up with resolutions that can help artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
DeCosta, talk to us then about, you know, and I really appreciate what you're saying, because there's a lot of knowledge that we don't have, right, about how to do things, how to be successful in our industries. So there's always an opportunity for people to learn something. And one of the things that you guys are trying to do, even at a global scale, which I really respect, is also saying that, look, guys, there's something called music distribution. There's also marketing. A lot of times I think we conflate the two. We just think they're the same thing. Yeah. Maybe you can walk us through the difference between those two and why artists and musicians, creatives need to be paying attention to both of those things.
Okay, first of all, when we talk about marketing, most of the artists don't understand. They think that after I have my music, I put it on YouTube, and maybe I bring it to a certain studio, then boom, I have my way, and I'll make it to wherever I want. But the thing is, when it comes to music, it comes with hard work. And also when it comes to selling your music out there, you need to understand the platforms. There are so many platforms that you need to put in place. You need to go to search for them. You need to approach people to help you to reach your destination. Like currently in our country, we're having this issue on reggaeton and all that stuff. People are criticizing them because of the music they're producing, but we are not doing anything to change that thing, to tell them that whatever you're doing might not be right. You need to do something the right way.
Okay. All right. So Tell me about this summit that's coming up. You've talked about trying to bridge and bring in people from across the region. What are some of the, I guess, themes that people can expect to hear from this summit?
Okay, so I think I want to answer that using the people I have on board.
Okay.
So for example, I have, not for example, I have Streamplay. This is also the founder of Streamplay, and Streamplay is a digital platform for actually people streaming music live there.
Okay.
So it's also on the platform. So with them, they are going to just share about, not just about them, but about who are other people that are also available, and what can you always consider in, where would you need to work with them in terms of the cutout that you have. So that is for us is one of the digital solutions we have. Now we also have Moses Isoba, who is a Pan-Africanism. He's worked with African Rising. Okay. So African Rising is a Pan-African organization that is working with movements, social institutions, and youth groups, just to try to share what is available. And they're really proud of him because he's someone who has worked in Tanzania, he has worked in Botswana, he has worked in Zambia, and he has a lot to share from what is happening globally. Then also with them, they will be in a position to, he will be in a position to share what is available, what are some of the things they are putting around. So like I also understand there is a conference they will be hosting in Tanzania later next year, which will be part of just in the spirit of making sure they talk about talent. Right. So I think with that, and also I also have Robert Munuku, the Mau Mau arts guy. Yeah, these are award-winning. He has run an award-winning project, and I can't remember the last time I was speaking to him. He was telling me that it was never about him. It was never about Mau Mau, but it was about how they packaged the environmental conservation campaign. So with this, we'll be in a position to share more. I also have Sabina, the actress. Sabina, actress, has been in Hollywood, has been in Hollywood. So he also has more than what is beyond the borders.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys also partnering with government on this? Are you hoping to? Okay.
And I want to say, I once said that art entrepreneurship is a program. So it's a drop zone. Yeah. So what we want to say here is it's starting with the summit. Then the second phase of it is that we have activities. We have roundtable for producers, we have training for the artists, and we have workshops. So what we want to leverage on is to try to bring, our approach is stakeholders approach. When we go to government to ask them what is available at national level for the artist. When we find a particular brand that is doing matters of artists, with them, what is available? So with that, we'll be in a position to bring everyone on board. And that's where we are saying this is something we've started, and we want to move beyond just artists. We want to go to matters of how they can be supported.
Understood.
Yeah.
But do you think government has sort of created the environment so far for art and creativity to thrive, knowing that there's so many young people in this country, many of whom are unemployed, if you had a chance to submit, some recommendations to government today, what are some of the low-hanging fruit that they could start doing? So beyond a money question, do you think we even prioritize the development of arts and culture and entrepreneurship in this country?
Okay, for me, I think for that, the government, I could not like to blame the government on that, but I would like to say that the government is lying behind when it comes to arts and promoting arts in our country. Like we have so many other things that are given a priority that really, I would not like to say it doesn't deserve it, but I think it is the high time we give our young talent an opportunity to thrive, and also to come up at a point when we all don't depend on employment. We can also think of talent, because talent is one way of being self-employed. So I think that is also another problem.
Okay. What pointers then would you give to people who are watching right now and possibly want to turn their talents into careers?
I think one of the things I can indicate is that stop struggling. Just start working. Start pushing it out there. Start pushing out there. Let me tell you, I play one of your songs, and do you know why I play it? Because I see it in Twitter. I think it's called Safer. So what we are saying is you're not going to sit in a comfort zone. If you have to push yourself out there. Yes, we have a summit and we are here, we are partnering with Switch just to make people know about this. But it goes beyond just knowing the summit. Take an action and come and learn. We engage you, we have your email. So when we're doing the next event, we are here. That is one thing. Another thing, we have to agree that the opportunities are there.
Okay.
I believe the opportunities are there.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of us rising above the comfort zone. Above, I tell artists, it's not about performance. It's not about going to perform in some event, then you take a very poorly edited video, then you go and post it somewhere, and it's like, okay, so I've promoted my music. There is more beyond just the showbiz.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you were to list out those things as we get ready to wrap up this interview here, if you were to list out now for an artist watching you at home, a creative watching you right now, maybe 3 or 4 things, 3 to 5 things that they should be thinking about immediately as they embark on turning their creativity into profit.
Let me start one. Creativity is what you have. For you to convert it to be an income, it must be attractive. Because you have the art, you have the music, but maybe you don't have the money. For me to come and buy your music, you have to sell it out to me. So one thing is packaging. Packaging comes with branding. I like artists who, somebody is called an artist and has an events company that is registered. So when we come to table and you want a show for this artist, this is not a guy who's going to engage with you, he's going to bargain at a personal level. This is an organization based. Now you can also take your music for campaign. For example, I think this country has lacked what we used to call the corporate songs. If for example, you have a song today that is advocating a specific line, so with that, you've already packaged your song as a movement, and it's very easy to run with it. And that's why I think maybe the guys who've been doing the political songs run with it for some time. They don't run away, run with it for some time. Yeah. That is one thing. Another thing, packaging as a campaign. Second thing that you need to look out for is who am I targeting? Are you targeting the church? Then how are you going to capture them? Are you going to capture them through? You have to look at, are you going to capture them through an album launch? I like artists who do album launch every year. I'm like, if that is the only way that you're going to get your money, it's up to it. So, and now when you're talking about the digital aspects, it's like, where is your music? Let it be everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Some pointers there for you from Kevin here. But just before I let you go now, give us the final details about this summit. When is it happening? Where? Are there any charges?
Okay, we will be having the summit at Riara University. That is on 30th November, this Saturday. It will be beginning at around 10 to 4.
Okay. And
all are welcome. Entrance is free. And also we will be having some refreshments. So we will have some learning process in the morning where we'll have some people, some speakers who will talk to the artists. And then in the afternoon, we'll have some performance as we wrap up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on to the show. It's good to talk to you. All the best this weekend and with the rest of your business, your company as well. Thank you for sharing your insights with us.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short break now as we get ready for our final segment for the day. And we're going to be looking at Beauty with Abilities, a beauty contest that empowers people with disability, living with disability. And that's coming up next on Full Circle with Joyce. Remember to send in your feedback and your comments to 22999.